Hey guys, welcome to the channel. My name is Keiru. I'm going to be your host today. Today we're going to be going over our first comprehensive video guide for Kaizen 2. Kaizen 2 is a Naruto CC game that's planned for release later this year. So to get us started, we're going to go ahead and head over to the interview area where my friend Ghidorah and I are going to talk about some of the basic subjects for you guys to learn, and we're going to go ahead and just go over there right now. Alright, so starting off, we're going to go over some of the basic controls. Of course, movement, go forward, backward, right, left, WASD, it's all going to be the same. The only thing's different is if you double tap W, you will sprint. If you hold shift, you will also sprint. And going over this is going to be Ghidorah. He's going to go over some of the basic M1 combat. So of course, M1 is just going to be your left mouse button, and he's going to go ahead and cover that.
Okay, well, in this game, just like pretty much every other game with basic combat, you have 5 M1 strings. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then that's your ender. So, yeah, and then we move on to our M2. This M2, it will guard break anybody holding block in the game. So,
Yep, showcase
you
that. We
could,
also
when you
have some
guard break
dummies.
somebody, huh?
Yep, we also have some dummies back here as well to cover that as well. Go ahead and just M2 one of them. There you go. And you see that? Block breaks.
You
But
can
if you
get a
hit them
few
normally,
M1s in.
yep. And then going back over to Ghidorah as well to cover the rest of that as well. Going on with the M2 and M1 combination is if you hit them 4 times and then M2 them, you will knock them up in the air. So go ahead and show that off, Ghidorah. Yep, and then you have 2 ways to enter that, what is called a air combo. You're going to go ahead and press Q, or you can jump up and also press M1, which will TP you to your opponent. Q is a bit slower, but it is also a confirm all the time. It will make sure that you do land up there and hit that opponent. There you go. And to continue off as well, we're going to go back here to my perspective. We're going to go ahead and have Ghidorah do that to me, and I will show you guys what's called a substitution, which will allow you guys to escape many different combos. There you go, and for a second I turn blue, and during that second you are blue, you're going to go ahead and be able to escape, and it spawns a little puff of smoke and you escape that combo for free. You also gain iframes for the duration of your sub, which will be kind of long but not necessarily too long, which will allow you to escape and reposition to find yourself in an advantageous situation instead of a disadvantageous one. And then moving on from that, we're going to go ahead and go over block. So as we stated before, you can block break by doing M2s, but you can also block break by doing M1. So go ahead and block for me, Ghidorah. So if you land a full 5 hits on someone's block, it's not going to break it. But if you land a couple more after that, it will. Oh yeah, I forgot he's in combat.
You have to hit on him.
Yeah.
He has to put me in combat. All right.
So once he's in combat, you go ahead and M1, I think 5 times, should break. There you go. And you can also take advantage of that the same way that you take advantage of a regular guard break. You just would hit them a couple of times, or you can mix that up with skills, which is going to be in another video that we cover later on. For now, it's just going to be the very basics of M1 combat. And then going up after that, there's also your dash. So your dash is going to be a very important tool because it gives you the opportunity to do a perfect dodge. And perfect dodges allow you to save your dash and then cast it again. So for example, let's go ahead and try that out. Ghidorah, if you want to try to perfect dodge this, I'm going to hit in 3, 2, 1.
Oh, your mic was kind of delayed. Just
Yeah.
M1 me once. I mean,
Okay.
M1 my block, and then just keep going.
There you go. And you see that he went and used a perfect dash. Of course, that is an escape tool, so it will have a cooldown. You cannot spam perfect dashes, as you cannot spam block. You can use block to escape situations, but it's not a great thing to rely on it because, of course, as you guys saw earlier, there are guard breaks, and those guard breaks can be very bad for you. For example, Ghidorah, go ahead and block for me. So if you guard break someone, you can hit them twice, and then you can take advantage of that by using a high damage skill. For example, I use Lion's Barrage, which is a grab and will be unavoidable even if he subs. So that's a way that you can take care of breaking a guard, and that will be both for the regular 5 hits or the regular guard break as well. And also going back to dashes as well, we also have another technique called a dash cancel, which you would dash and then right click or M2 and it will cancel your dash for you, saving you a singular dash afterwards. So for example, let me just show this off real quick. You can dash cancel really short, very fast, and then when you dash again, of course, that cooldown comes up again, and you cannot dash cancel twice in a row. You can only do it once, but it will allow you to dash once more after you finish that perfect dash. Oh, sorry, not perfect dash. After that dash cancel. So if you dash cancel, you get another dash that you can use. That one cannot be canceled and will follow the full duration of the dash. So don't expect to be spamming dash cancel every time that you're in combat, because that will not work. And then going back to a different technique, this is going to be combat related. We have an air and jump. If you jump in the air and press your left mouse button, you will go ahead and do a drop kick. That's a not necessarily ranged, but a very quick entryway into combos. For example, you can do that and then hit them with a move. That one wasn't a great example, but there are many different ways to enter that and do a lot of different things just based off that. There you go. You go ahead and see Ghidorah. He used a combo on me, and that's after entering with a drop kick. And also related to another air ability, go ahead and jump for me, Ghidorah, is going to be our air counter. Oh, that one kind of messed up. I'll go ahead and jump for you. You can go ahead and use that air counter for me. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's count up. 3, 2, 1, and there you go. So if you see that, of course, that's the air counter. It hits him out of the air and also gives you the opportunity to go ahead and attack. So Ghidorah, you can go ahead and air counter me and then put me into a little combo after that just to showcase. Alright, I'm going to jump in 3, 2, 1. There you go. And of course, I can't really dodge during that because while you have the little swirls of air around you, that disables your ability to dash or to run away. So that is a punish for anybody that's constantly jumping. For example, if you're just constantly jumping in a fight, someone will air counter you out of the air and go ahead and knock you down. It's going to take away your ability to really react or attack back because it is a punish, and you will face heavy damage for spamming jump too much in a fight. And then last but not least, we have one more skill that, well, not necessarily skill, but technique that you can use with just basic combat, which is going to be our down slam. So go ahead and block for me, Ghidorah. So if you down slam on a person who's blocking, it's going to break their block. But go ahead and down slam on me. If you use it on someone who doesn't have a block out, it will just do 7.5 damage and knock them back. That damage is going to be the same regardless of whether or not you hit them while they're blocking or whether you hit them while they're not blocking.
It's like a secondary M2.
Yep, it's going to be like a secondary M2. So for example, Ghidorah, go ahead and block for me. So I did that, right? And then go ahead and block as soon as that's over. I can go ahead and do a down slam and he'll be guard broken again. So it's a good thing to use that tool and remember that we do have it. I do see some new players forgetting that they have it or not knowing that they have it in the first place. There's many different ways to go ahead and use guard breaks. There's even skills that guard break. But like I said, that's going to be a discussion for another video. For today, those are kind of going to be the basic things for that as well. And also, just for another thing, so you guys know as well, there are weapons in the game. You go ahead and you're going to go talk to an NPC that looks like this. It's going to be Kaizen Shifts, and you're going to go ahead and talk to him. He's going to have an exclamation mark above his head. You can see weapon variants, equipment, clothes, and headband styles. For weapons, there's a large list of weapons. All of these you can go ahead in game and check them out, see how they work, and you can experience those. And we may cover them in another video as well. There's also weapon variants. So for the weapon that you have equipped, for example, I have a katana that I use the I think it's the Yamato skin. It's the sword from Devil May Cry, from their main character. And then there's also the default death, which is just the default one that you're going to spawn with. So if you do decide to go katana, you may just see a sword that looks like this. Nothing too special, nothing too crazy, just a regular katana there. And let me go ahead and switch back to my skin that I had equipped previously. There we go. And there's a bunch of other things in there as well as equipment, clothes, headband styles. Those are all things that you guys I would highly recommend checking out. And if you guys want to earn those items, the easiest way to do that is go ahead and fight players. And you can cut into the NPC that looks like this. Its name is Spider. Go ahead and check it out. You can check out all the scrolls and see all these different scrolls. You can find a basic, and the basic is where you're going to find the weapon skins for your character as well as clothing and equipments. And then continuing on with kind of the basics there, to equip your weapon, you're just going to go ahead and press the Z button. As you can see, both me and Ghidorah can equip and unequip our weapons simply by pressing Z. And if you go to your settings, you can also change that, I believe. Yep, there you go, equip. And you can go ahead and change that to any key that you prefer. If you would like that key to be 1 or 2 or quite literally anything that you have on your keyboard, feel free to do that as well. And just a little tidbit, in case it does not work, if you just type in, let's say I type in Z, right? So, well, that's not right. That's not right at all. I need to go back. So click there and you type a lowercase z. That might or might not work. And if it doesn't end up working, what you can do is you can click back on it, type in a capital letter variant of that, and then it should work. So just so you guys know, just in case you feel like any keybind is broken, just remember capitalize whatever you put in. Except if it's a number, numbers will be perfectly okay. And that should be covering most of the basics for today. As you saw, we covered air combos, down slams, drop kicks, as well as equipping and unequipping your weapon. And also there's some other techniques that I want to show you guys as well. Ghidorah, you can go ahead and show them what a M1 chase looks like. So he's gonna hit me twice. Oh yeah, he's gonna hit me twice. I'm gonna dash back. Yeah, there you go. Kind of seeing the idea. Yeah, and this one's gonna be perfect. All right. And as you see, I dash back and I don't get the perfect dodge frames because he attacked me after that duration is over, meaning that you're able to punish that unless the opponent subs. But if the opponent subs, you can also punish that as well. Ghidorah, go ahead and show them. So hit me twice and I'm gonna dash back. I'm gonna sub. And of course I escape like that, but he can always chase me down afterwards. So don't think that you've given up your opportunity to continue your attack afterwards. So let's go ahead and showcase that, where I'm going to dash back after the 2 M2s and then sub. Yep, so he hit me. Yeah, it's okay. And then go again. 1, 2, dash back. And if I sub, you know, he hits me, I escape, but he can always just chase that back down with a drop kick or just run at me and hit me like that. So as you guys see, that's what we call a M1 chase. And if someone is spamming their dash backwards quite a bit and they keep gaining distance on you, remember, there's a ton of different ways to capture that person and punish them for those dashes, such as an M1 chase or a skill like, let's say, dynamic entry, for example, where you'll fly a certain distance and you'll be able to hit them, dealing 5 damage. But overall, for the basics of today, that is what we're going to cover, and hopefully we see you guys next time for a discussion on clans as well as some basic skills for you guys. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you guys have a good one.